Stars, I'm a fool for your love.
So I'll start by boiling my spaghetti, and as you can see right here I have my water that is about to come to a boil. So at this point I'll add in about half a tablespoon of salt, and then as you can notice I've also put slightly more than enough water that I need to cook my spaghetti, and I'll show you the reason as to why. I'll also add in about 1 tablespoon of cooking oil ndivyo spaghetti zisishikane, then I'll wait for it to come to a boil. So my water is already boiling, so I'll add in my spaghetti. So this spaghetti that I have takes about 9 minutes to fully cook, so I'll cut them into that. So I'll use a fork to stir my spaghetti, and a fork ensures that they do not break. So I'll let this boil for about 5 minutes, then I'll be back to continue cooking. So they've been boiling for about 5 minutes, and as you can see they've already started to become really soft. So I'll switch the fires and I'll start working on my sauce. So at this point it's about 8 minutes, and I see that my spaghetti are almost very ready. They're about 80% done, and I want them to become 90% done so that I can take them out of the fire. So in the meantime, let's be working on our sauce, and I'll add in about a tablespoon of cooking oil. I'll add in my onions and my ginger too. Then I'll strain off this excess water, and for today I'm not going to discard the water. I'll store it in a container because it contains nutrients and also starch. So you can use this as a thickening agent whenever you are preparing a gravy or a sauce, and we'll also be using it in our sauce today. So as you can notice, this water is also white in color to mean that there is lots of starch present. So we'll saute our onions, and then I'll go in with my tomato paste. And then I'll also add in my other spices, which include paprika and my dhania stems. So at this point, instead of adding water, we'll go in with our starch. And as you can see, supu yetu imekuwa thick haraka sana. So it's not always that you have to discard the spaghetti water. So at this point, I'll add in my smokies, and I'll also add my salt. So with these beef smokies that I'm using, they are ready to eat. So you do not have to worry about them cooking for long because they are already ready to eat. And then I'll give it a good stir. And then now our mala comes in at this point. So as you can notice, today's meal is all about milk and more milk. So if you do not have mala, you can use heavy cream, which is cooking cream, or you can also use natural yogurt, but not the flavored ones. So we'll cook this for about 3 minutes. Then we'll come in with the next step. So it's about 2.5 minutes and our mala is doing quite okay. So something that I do not include in my ingredients is sugar. The reason is because whenever I'm using tomato paste mingi ama mala mingi, inakwanga na kaukali flani ka after taste ka ukali. So what I do is I just add a little bit of sugar to soften the taste. So we are not adding a lot of sugar, neither will our dish taste like uji ama chai juu imewekwa sukari. So when I mean I'll add a pinch, this is what I mean, sukari tu kidogo tu ya kutoa ukali. So that's what I usually do. So you can feel free whenever you're using a lot of tomatoes or a lot of tomato paste or a lot of mala in your recipe, you can always add sukari tu kiasi. So at this point, maziwa mala yetu imekuwa thick vizuri, and I'll go in with my diced cheese. This ones, I'll add in also add my dania. So hapa tumebakia na dania leaves, and I explained all these 3 types of danias in my previous video. So if at all you've not watched it, feel free to go and watch it. So as you can see, our cheese has already started to melt. So I'll go in with my spaghetti. And then now at this point our meal is ready. So at this point I'll go in with my shredded cheese, then I'll reduce my flame to very low heat and cook this for about 5 minutes. Alternatively, you can pop this in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes at 180 degrees so that the cheese can melt and it can also become a bit brown. So it's about 5 minutes and our meal is done. As you can see, it's very appetizing from the looks. So I'll just switch off the heat and then I'll serve.